Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Can you all see and hear me? Now, let me put that on the end one again. Go back to that. There's a load of stuff I've got to reset up on here, so still doing it, still playing with it. Good evening to everyone out there. We've got England 1, Taffy Pat, Gary 07887. Good evening. Tony Heslop. Hello, Tone. How you doing, son? Let me have a quick look and make sure all my lights are on because the lighting's gone a bit strange, but I think that might be my camera. I'll have to go give it a quick rub. Hi everyone. Did you know that Bondi has been sacked tonight? Really? No, I never knew that. Tell me what's going on there if you can. But before I do, I just want to make sure we're going to cover two things, or actually a number of things tonight. But the first thing to let you know is I've got my scan results back. And it looks like I have got 3 prolapse discs. So it's not surprising I was in a lot of fucking pain. And one of them in particular, so a couple of them are not causing major issues to me, but they need looking at. But there's one that's touching the sciatic nerve. And from the scan, he said we can see where what do they call it when you have a discotomy or whatever, and they said that's not causing the issue. What's causing the issue is this, and it's touching the sciatic nerve, right? So whilst that sounds terrible, I'm quite relieved. I think this is an early warning. Everyone heard of the term gypsy's warning? So one, I need to get my weight off. I need to start walking and getting my core done. But it shows you that it starts to disintegrate. So I'm going to be sending that to our friend, Dr. Glidden, and he will be hopefully prescribing me with whatever it needs for the regeneration of discs. So if anyone's out there watching this, in layman's terms, it's what's called a slip disc. And what that means is the disc bulges, and as it does, it touches the nerve. And again, do you remember when I said to you, for those of you who don't suffer with back pain, right? If you've ever been to a dentist and the dentist catches your nerve and it fucking hurts, or you got bad toothache and it stabs into the nerve, what you've got to imagine is on your spinal cord, if that disc touches your spinal cord, your body goes into your back muscles go into spasm. And when they spasm, it's actually pressing it against it, and it's warning you, do not go in this direction, that direction, or whatever. Stay where you are. And you then end up having to. So imagine having cramp in your calf muscle or a muscle, right? It's like that, but it's also pressing on the nerve. So the only thing you can do is scream in fucking agony because it hurts like fuck, right? And that's when I was laying on the floor and Janet was going, oh, it's going to call an ambulance, right? And I said, I've had this before, even though it was 30 years ago. I've got to get into a position. And then I had to work out what the position was because you don't actually know what it is. You get into that position, you have to breathe through it. And then all of a sudden the muscles start releasing. And then you have to be really careful as you get up. And then just go lay down and take all the pressure off your back. So the scan results are through. By the way, with the National Health Service, I'm still waiting for the scan or even for an appointment to have a scan. So the osteopath said, well, when do you want it? I said, as soon as possible. And he went, well, how about tomorrow? I was like, oh. So he got this particular company, and where I had it done was in Taunton in Somerset, and he said it's the same kit, the same people. He said, but their process is quicker, and he said they just do that; they don't do anything else. And it was 350 quid, whereas a normal scan on one part of the body, by the way, the more parts of the body you scan, the more they have to study your scan, so it becomes more expensive. But it was 350 quid as opposed to 650 quid. So someone else I know already, that lady I helped the other day, who's 87, I think, or 85, she's She's got something seriously wrong with her, and so her son has said, my brother-in-law basically, that he's going to pay for her to go there and just get the scan done, because at least you know, right? What's that? They don't have low D keep you a patient. I don't know what that means. Everyone else out there, you're listening to this nosy poke. Listen, son, I've got to show people this. Hopefully, hang on a minute. I was gonna make a joke and say that they've sent me a letter and said, "DD, your willy's too big and it's too much weight on your body." I thought you not wanted to appreciate that one, right? So, but no, that isn't the actual. Oh, fuck me, what's going on with this chair? So I'm pulling it out of the way. Let me just show everyone this. I have received, and I believe it's from Nosy Poke, right? This, I think, but people are asking me now, where did you get this, right? Because I've sent it out. When I received this, I believe it's solid silver. It took my breath away, right? It was a complete surprise, but I'm hoping you're going to be able to see this. I'm going to see if I can polish it up slightly, right? There, can you see that? It's a gold coin. Oh, sorry, a silver coin, right? Can you see it? This is what I mean about the people who watch us, right? I love the people that watch us. I love our audience. You are fantastic people. When I say it took my breath away, watch this. Here's the other side of it. Can you read that? A man of faith, a warrior of Christ. Thank you. I was and am so impressed with that. When I get my suit, I'm going to have that framed in a chain that goes to a waistcoat. And if people ask me the time, I'm going to pull that out and just show them that, right? It's Christ's time. So, hopefully you've all seen that. I was literally gobsmacked when I got that, because it is fantastic. And if Nosy Poke knows where you can get that. So I've shown it to a few people and they've said, where did you get that? It's absolutely gorgeous. So I just want everyone to know that. And I'll show it again at the end. Don't forget, we've got the seminar coming up, Western Supermare. Listen, I mentioned it in the pub and they went, you're going to Western Supermare? I went, what's the matter with that? They went, Listen, I will not be disparative about anyone. I'll take everyone as they are. Hi to you, Ray Edmonds, Merry Old England. I've seen adverts for them on Instagram. Well, I've got to tell you something. That's the first time I've seen that, and it is so. Nosy Poke, is that silver? It looks silver, and obviously I'm not going to go out and get it tested, but and whether it's silver or not is irrelevant. But it's absolutely fantastic. I've got to think a little bit of what's going on with that. I've got something caught inside it. Inside the. I am going to get on with the show in about 2 minutes. Don't forget, sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. And don't forget, I've got these other ones here as well. Right? So I've got this one, which is beautiful. Freedom from tyranny. What's going on there? Why is that disconnected already? Oh, fuck me. Let me see if I can get this out there. For some reason, I find why was that disconnect? Let's see if this is working. It's on that one. Fucking thing. You'll see and hear me again. I've got absolutely no idea. Normally it does it after an hour. It's decided to kick out again. It may be because I've got another app open that's quite intensive. But just to show you, I've got these other ones, not for nosy poke. And obviously we've got these, which are not silver, but they are, let me just make sure you can see that. The English Constitution Party, the English, and then on the back. So basically we're constitutionalists and our manifesto is the Constitution, right? There's nothing difficult to understand about the ECP. We certainly ain't got any other agenda than restoring the English Constitution. I can't see. So that's why I've got no issues with Restore Britain, because I think it should all be restored. Can you all see and hear me again now? Make sure you can. So nosy poke, I am exceptionally grateful for that. Like I say, it took my breath away, and I absolutely love it. And there is one of our, well, not just one of our members, but the secretary of the English Constitution Party, a proper Christian, and also the secretary of ECP Limited, right? And a wonderful person who puts up with me. Just to let you know, she wants one. So, and you know her because she comes from Liverpool. That's the lady that sent me the stuff about the 7 Hills, which I am really pleased that quite a few of you started following them yesterday. They do need following. They're a lovely group of people. They're real Christians, what I describe real Christians as, right? In other words, it is the people that are the church, not the church itself. And that's one of the things that everyone should understand. Hopefully this thing won't pack up on me again. Don't forget, sharing is caring. The more you share, the more you care, the more you subscribe. So if you're here and you've never subscribed, especially on Rumble, Rumble is completely, people don't realise how important Rumble is going to be. Devin Nunes, who is now in charge of or the overseer of the security services in the USA, in effect told me to get on Rumble. And just so, if there's anyone watching this, if you don't understand, Rumble has never taken us down, right? It's a slower build up. There's other things that are going on in the background. I'm speaking to Rumble at the moment, but I do want you to understand something about Rumble. They have a different system of strikes to YouTube. They have, it's a constitutional freedom of speech strike system. And that is that if someone reports you for something, it goes in front of a panel of 12 jurors or 13 jurors. But the jurors are content providers, and it has to be unanimous. Content providers striking you, right? That's their process. Second, if you are found guilty, you then have an appeal to the board of Rumble, right? I don't know anyone else who does that. And just to make sure I express this to everyone, because I've never said this before, I hear a lot of people talking about corporations and being negative. England has always been managed via corporations. Charters were corporations. The governance of cities was done and incorporated in certain ways. So once you understand the history of it, what Rupert Lowe is talking about is, in effect, making us, the people, and you need to listen to this term carefully, us, the people, employee owners. I worked for a company a long time ago called Level 3 Communications, and they had their scheme and the way they built the company. People worked for them, blood, sweat and tears, right? I loved that company. The only time it destroyed itself was when it started getting people in from British Telecom who were complete and utter fucking idiots, and employing people with degrees with no experience, right? when it was proper engineers that built that company globally, by the way. I just want to make sure you understand they had something called an employee ownership scheme, where the employees, instead of being paid, for example, me, instead of them giving, they actually said they done a psychometric testing thing on me and said you're different to most of the sales team. I said, why? And they said, because you're not motivated by money. And I was shocked. I said, no, I'm not. And they said, but what we need to find out is what is it that motivates you? And I said, what we're doing, the technical aspect of what we're doing, being an engineer, engineering the right solution and looking and finding the fault and stopping it from happening again. And they said, yeah, but we still need to do X, Y, Z. We still need to. And I said, just give me more shares and just, I don't know, have a vote amongst the people. Have a vote amongst us. Just recognition that you are who you say you are. And then I won the Engineer of the Year award, I think twice or three times. So just to let you know, and we're talking about, I think there was 10,000 of the team in Europe. That's without the US. God knows how many engineers, sales engineers. I think there was well in excess of 1,000. I think there was about 1,000 in Europe. So to get that award by people who were all at the top of their game, right? And trust me, I was at the top of my game. And hopefully one day I will be again with the English Constitution. Right, that's enough about me. So again, now you know that what's that? Graham is a secret Zion. Fuck me, I've heard it all now. Is that a joke or is that a troll? It does fucking make me laugh. Yeah, look, it put in there joke, guys. Don't ban him if he was joking. If he's joking, like anyone who calls me a Zionist must be fucking joking, or they've never watched what I've had to say about Zionism. I adore England and love my island. Yeah, so do I. Listen, I am a Briton, meaning I come from the island of Britain, but by the grace of God, I'm English. Right? There is nothing more to that than what we're saying out there. And yet I see someone put a tweet out earlier. I've got to say this before we get into this. I see someone put a tweet out and they said, yeah, there is Anglophobia. They're attacking the British. And I went, it's the British attacking the Angles, the Anglo-Saxons. It's like the geezer. I knew what the geezer meant, but this conflation of the two things and understanding exactly what it is. Right. Makeshift 10/012. I love you, Graham. Are you male or female? If you're a male and you say I love you, you should say I love you, bro. Right, that ain't a problem. But if you're female, you just say I love you. Anyway, let's go. Right. I just want everyone to understand what's going on here. We're gonna get on to the next bit. Laugh DD, by the grace of God, I am English, never British. And milking it and janking. So I know. And the thing is, we're such a great group of people that absolutely get it, and our message is getting out there. DD, so you should be proud to be English, just like I am to be proud Welsh. No, exactly. And I love the Welsh. I ain't got a problem with Welsh. I mean, just look. Wales is such a fantastic place, right? Where the men are men and the sheep are frightened. Not really. I'm joking, Taffy Pat. I'm not that far from Wales. I'm going to Wales soon. I have got something I'm doing for someone in Wales, an official position of coming in and acting as an observer. I won't say any more yet. I bought a shirt from the Daily Sport once. It read "British by birth, English by the grace of God." Yeah, except British is enforced really by a fake parliament. Let's have a look. J for F for Faulkner. Tracy Truism's out there for January inquiries. Ray Edmonds and the Wellies are big. Graham's email. Listen, I'm not, so don't get me wrong. I love the Welsh, I love the Scots, I love the Irish, and the Northern Irish especially, because they continued with their absolute support for the English Bill of Rights. They are real loyalists, right? There's a difference between a loyalist and a unionist, just to make sure you get it. Going over to meet Mr. Sean the Sheep. I do see some funny things in this comments. Hello from Cheshire, England. End user 63. Hello, Cheshire. We do love Cheshire, and the wellies are big. Right, what else is on there? You're always on the ball, Graham. We're glad we have you. Thank you. Last time I checked, let's have a look and see if there's any other funny comments in there. Everyone out there? Right, we're going to get into some bits and pieces at the moment. I'm hoping to be able to bring these up on the screen for you without any major aggravation. But the first part of this show is, I think it might be better if I showed you. I take it you've all seen Rupert Lowe giving it to the BBC today. Hopefully you have anyway. I don't think it's real silver. All right, you don't think it's real silver. Just, I might ask, Nosy Poke, can you tell Tracy whether it's real silver or not? It may not be, I'm not. And again, it's no discredit to it. It's just because it's silver, I'm asking you the question. Judges being doorstepped. There it is. Oh, that's not the right one. So I've got to go and find, who was it I'm finding? Hunt and Gara, and I'm going to go and show you this. It's for 10 minutes. Hopefully you're going to be able to see this. Right, so let me give a bit of an explanation. I platformed this guy, I can't remember how long ago, it was 2 or 3 years ago. He done a couple of things that made me a bit iffy about him after that. I believe he is some sort of friend of Andrew Bridgeton, right? But one day, about 8 months ago, he rang me up and I sat there and I was talking about the mainstream media to him. I can't remember what the whole conversation was, but he was on the phone for about 2 hours. And I said, when this finally comes to fruition and we take back this country, people in the mainstream media are going to be held responsible, just like Lord Haw-Haw. And that includes people in the alternative media, right? Because they are responsible for what's going on. If you want to call yourself a journalist, take responsibility for your own actions. If you do not research, and if you if you want to say you are a political commentator or an influencer or any of them things, right? In effect, you are taking a place in alternative media as a broadcaster. If you are putting your own agenda across, then you are deceiving people, and especially, I don't give a fuck if it's with ignorance or not. If you are committing treason towards England, you will be fucking dealt with, right? Just to make sure you're all aware, I haven't run away from this country. I have moved out of London, and I live in Devon, right? But part of the reasoning for that is to protect Devon as the most important shire currently in England, where the rescue mission of the Glorious Revolution really took hold and took place, right? And the history of Devon is fantastic. especially in relation to a lot of stuff, but the Glorious Revolution. So I just want people to understand where I'm coming from. And again, I'm seeing a lot of stuff out there. So what I'm going to do is show you this, right? So importantly, was the last person hung at the Tower of London, DD. Yeah, well, not for that much longer, because I think we should put some of these people, including judges. And let me make sure I am expressing this the right way. We have a constitution. We have a constitutional process for dealing with crooked judges. It is called impeachment and then trial for perjury. And the sentence, it can be, if they have caused the death of someone, it is the death sentence. If they have ruined someone, then they lose everything, right? So you take their houses off them. So there's one particular lying bastard here who's being spoke to, who was the master of the rolls. So I'm just going to run this, and I want everyone, if you can, to go and follow him. I will put this on there. Let me tell you something now. It is rare. Where's my little flicker gone? It is rare that I'll watch something and I've got a smile on my face for the rest of the fucking day because of something I watched. It impressed me so much, and that's why I've said, so there was a little bit of negativity towards this guy. I'm only after truth tellers, and I am quite serious that many people should be tried for treason and hung by the neck until they are dead, right? What they have done to England and in destroying England, because they are receiving some sort of benefit from these communists that are in charge of this country, whether it be by pension, whether it be by backhanders, whatever it is that they're doing, whether they're shagging fucking little children or whatever that they're doing, right? These people will be hung. This guy was part of the mainstream media. He's extracting himself after seeing this today. I'll tell you what, he's bang on the money with what he's doing, and he's highlighting judicial corruption. That's what we're doing, highlighting. So we're on the same lines, right? There's many different institutions that have been corrupted. What we do is target the judiciary, and them judges may be sitting there laughing their fucking bollocks off now, but when they're standing on a fucking gallows, right, I'll say laugh at us now, right? Now pull the fucking handle, bosh, right? That is how you deal with it, and I am telling you faithfully, right, that must happen. You must see judges hang. Because judges must, by due process, right? Due process of law, it is an extremely serious offence. And if you read the English Bill of Rights, you will see that the judges and the privy councillors, right? So people made into right honourables, were misinstructing the king, right? And it tells you that in the preamble of the English Bill of Rights. And I just want to make sure that people understand what I'm saying. Without further ado, because I know I'm probably boring you all to death, I am going to put this on there, and then I'm going to show you something else. So again, it's on your screen. Hopefully you can see this, and hopefully you're going to be able to read it. If the camera goes off, I'm going to leave it on there, and then I'll reset at the end of it. It only take me a couple of seconds. Master of Rolls, Doorstepped. This was fucking fantastic, right? We have just doorstepped the UK's most senior judge, Sir Geoffrey Voss, about his role in inventing a lie that was told to ITV News by the MOJ, and I'm going to tell you something else in a minute as well. Remind me to explain to you that we went through the process of torture in this country and took it to appeal and took it to the higher appeal court. And the government has completely scrubbed all record of it, even though I've got the judgments, I've got the process, I've got the emails, right? Just to make sure you're aware of it, right? Inventing a lie that was told by ITV News by the Ministry of Justice Government.uk in 2021 to cover up a miscarriage of justice perpetrated by two other corrupt judges. and it says their names: Sarah Cockerill and Stephen Males. So Jeffrey Voss ignored a letter from Hunt and Gatherer on the 28th of December 2025 about this, announcing his retirement on the day after our deadline. That's happened to us before in other cases, just to make sure people are aware. We've been doing this for quite some time. The day after our deadline, so we came to his farm to ask him in person. Oh, what do you mean? This judge has got a farm? I wouldn't fucking, 300 grand a year, 400 grand a year, right? He's on a £250,000 a year fucking pension, a geezer, and he's taking it, and they're stitching you up, right? Not applying the Constitution. There is no judicial separation of power from Parliament anymore, or the monarchy, yet they all want to take the money. He goes, no comment, then calls the police, telling them that I am attacking him, which is an absolute lie. You can watch the video. Another lie that he's told, right? They didn't attend. Corrupt judges don't like questions, especially in front of their wives. See if you are convinced by his answers, right? So, again, I'm going to show you this. Basically, as far as I understand, I want to show you a couple of these bits, right? But I want everyone to watch this and everyone to go and follow him, right? This was superb work. Can you hear it?
Jeffrey, I just wanted to... I'm from Hunt and Gather Reporting Video. It's the independent journalism outfit. In 2022, I was sent an email that said that Stephen Males and Duncan Matthews, a judge who had committed a fraud that led to a miscarriage of justice, that Stephen Males and Duncan Matthews had met each other at, quote, a large dinner of the Commercial Bar Association on the 22nd of July 2022. Yeah. Now, that email was signed off by you.
If you write to my office.
No, I've done that, and they ignore me. Okay. Now, what that was a lie to a national broadcaster, signed off by you, okay? Now, that looks to me like misconduct in public office and fraud by abuse of position. Right?
Thank you very much.
Now, what I'd like to know from you is whether you have anything to say about that. Because it was a lie to a national broadcaster. They said they had a dinner on the 22nd of July 2021. Do you remember what was going on in the country then? There was a pandemic going on. So the Commercial Bar Association, whose dinner I was told it was, they couldn't have had a dinner that day, could they? Because there was all pandemic restrictions and lockdowns and things. But I was told that by your press office, which was obviously a lie. I've proved it was a lie by talking to people like Tony Grabiner, who rubbished the claim. They said, of course, Combar wouldn't have had a dinner then. It's stupid. But you signed off on that lie because it had your name in it. So it's a reasonable inference, isn't it, to say that you signed off on that lie? Are you aware of this story that I'm talking about? Because it had your name in it. So I think it's a reasonable inference that the press officer would probably have checked with you, or would definitely have checked with you, before sending it. So ITV were told this big lie about a large dinner on the 22nd of July 2021 during the pandemic, with your name in it, which is definitely fraud by abuse of position and misconduct in public office, I believe. Have you not got anything to say about that?
Need to be sent the details.
Well, I've done that and I've been ignored.
Well, not by me.
Well, I have been ignored by your office. In fact, I wrote to you about this. Do you remember that? It was at the end of last year. And the day after the deadline for my letter, you announced your retirement.
I think you're talking rubbish.
Do you? Do you know? Are you familiar with the Lady Vivian? Are you familiar with the details of the case?
No.
Okay, it was a miscarriage of justice that led to 2 pensioners your age having all their worldly goods stolen.
It's not really reasonable to come on my farm.
Video. I paid £1,000 for the.
Well, you didn't ask
I mean, I know
me
it's not a lot of
to
money to you, but I've paid my fee.
Nothing to do with it.
Lucky I spotted this. I do apologise. I've muted it so you can hear it, right? So there's two things. I apologise for the muting, and I can't get across the screen because I can't see the arrow properly. But just to make sure you understand this, he paid £1,000 to go and stay on an Airbnb on that judge's farm, right? So he's not trespassing. And he's asking legitimate, proper questions, right, of these people, just to make sure you understand that's not trespassing, that's clever journalism. And part of what we did when we arrested Sadiq Khan in January the 13th, 2018, at the Fabian inaugural speech and meeting in London at Houston Square. It was the Quakers Centre there, right? The police were called, but we'd bought 50 tickets. So there was 50 of us. We'd all paid £50 each for the tickets. When the police turned up, we said, you can't eject us because we're not trespassing. We're here legitimately and we've paid to be here, right? And the old Bill said it basically it's a civil matter and walked away, right? All he's doing, he's sat there, he's waited for them to go for walkies. He knows his target, and he's gone out and had a chat with them, right? He's right. I don't know how big that farm is, but a lot of these judiciary are getting so much money, they're buying the farmers, and it's them that will be renting out their fields and earning even more money off of the public purse, right? So I'm just going to say, let me tell you something, hats off to this guy, right? This journalist, he has done a superb job. I could not speak highly enough of him. And to Doorstep, the master of the roles in retirement, superb. Because these people need to know that we are looking at them, and we are an entire group that is looking at them, right? When you understand peaceful revolution, you need to separate out the institutions, the various parts of it, and I'm going to get into something in a couple of minutes, right? But when this is finished, I'm taking you on to another one, and I'll show you something else that we did.
Nothing to do with that.
We just want to have a chat. Look, you lied to a national broadcaster.
I haven't lied to him.
No, you did. You sent me an email that said that Stephen Mayles and Duncan Matthews had a meeting at a large dinner of the Commercial Bar Association on the 22nd of July 2021. And the email said, if you, ITV, are using this statement, please attribute it to a spokesman for the judiciary. Now, that email would never have been sent by a press officer without your express knowledge. And it was a lie, because on the 22nd of July 2021, Combar were not having large dinners. Nobody was, right?
If it was shut down, we were here.
Yes, well, that's right. If it was shut down, you were here like everybody else, as were all the Combar membership. And Stephen Mayles and Duncan Matthews were in their equivalent of Netherley Hall, wherever that is. They weren't having a large dinner at the Commercial Bar Association, were they? They couldn't have been, could they? They couldn't have been, Vivian, could they? I mean, it's not just a lie, it's a terrible lie. You forgot about the pandemic before you lied to ITV, that's what happened.
Sure, my husband does not lie.
He does. He put it
does
in an email
not
and he
lie.
lied to ITV.
He would.
I'll show you the evidence if you like. I can come up to the house later with the emails if you like. Does that suit you? Or I can do that. I can take you through it bit by bit.
If you want to talk to my office, that's very
No, I'd like to talk to you, Mr. Boss. That's why I'm talking now. I'd like to know why you signed off on an email that said
You're not welcome here.
Duncan Matthews and Stephen Mayles both attended a large dinner of the Commercial Bar Association. It said, I've proved that was a lie, and it was a lie signed off by
How
you.
could he have said
All
that?
right, I don't know who you are,
I don't know.
but all I'm going to tell you is if you continue to attack me verbally,
I'm not attacking you verbally. I'm asking you questions.
if you continue to attack me verbally, I will get the police.
I'm not attacking you verbally. I'm just asking you questions.
I'm just telling you, Vivian, please be quiet. If you continue to attack me verbally, I will have to call the police.
I'm just asking you some questions, Lord
I
Boss.
don't know anything about.
Okay.
questions
Well,
you're
I
asking.
wrote to you at the end of last year. You read the letter many times because I've got an email tracker that shows that, and you didn't reply. I asked you all this in a letter. You ignored me, and then you announced your retirement the next day.
Yep.
And then you sit here saying, "Look, just write to me and ask me, and I'll answer your questions." Lord Justice Males and Duncan Matthews QC both attended a large dinner of the Commercial Bar Association. It said that was a lie to ITV, and it was signed off by you. Do you have anything to say to that? Because it looks to us like misconduct in public office
Yep.
and fraud by abuse of position.
And perjuring your oath.
Have you got anything to say to that? It's not appropriate for the Judicial Press Office to be lying to a national broadcaster, is it?
They wouldn't.
Well, they did.
They didn't.
They absolutely did, Vivian, I'm afraid. They absolutely did. I've got all the evidence. I've made a film about it. I can send you the link if you like.
And we've published that film on this show, right? And just to make sure, Vivian, right, is now literally butting into this conversation. As we get further up, the judge then says, "Shut up, Vivian." Right? He knows the coup. No comment. And she thinks she starts, and then she starts with the crocodile tears.
And your husband's seen it, believe me.
He never lied.
He does. He lies.
My husband has never lied in his life.
I'm sorry, Vivian. He has. And I've got all the evidence.
If you want to stay in Parker's Lodge, which you paid for, please do, but you're not welcome in my house.
I don't want to be in your house. I just want an answer to my question, which I've been trying to get an answer to for months and months and months through the official channels. And I wrote to you about it in December. You read the email many times, and then you announced your retirement rather than answer it. And then you say to me, just write to me and I'll answer your questions.
He hasn't got time to read emails.
Oh, really?
He has 100 a day.
Well, he read this one. He read it a lot because I had a tracker on it. Well, someone read it. And then they replied to me with a lie. And I was at a national broadcaster at the time, Vivian. I was an ITV reporter.
Sorry. Because you can't abuse me.
I'm not abusing
I
you.
don't know what you're talking about. I can't abuse
No, I'm not.
you. I can't be abused.
I'm not coming into your house. Don't worry.
Well, you sound as if you are.
No.
Look, can you come round?
Hello, I'm being. My name is Jeffrey Voss. I think it'll be police, please. I'm being abused by a journalist.
Being abused by a journalist.
Hello. It's rather a strange request. I'm a judge, and I'm on my farm, and I've been accosted by a journalist who's recording this call and everything.
I'm staying here.
Right, let me stop it there. I'm on my farm, yeah, which the public paid for. You've told lies where two members of the public have been ruined because of a court case against them, that you assisted with the cover-up of two other dodgy judges, right? This is literally what's going on in this country. And let me just make sure, I'm just going to say this to everyone listening to this. This is proper fucking journalism. This is what a journalist should do. And I can tell you now, he is putting himself at risk. Sonia Poulton done the same similar type thing to David Cameron and nearly got shot, right, at his home address, right? A 5-foot woman went out there and said, basically, David Cameron, you have been doing this, and this, right? And again, Andrew Brisbane stood up in that parliament telling people the fucking truth. And people, let me tell you something, you should take your fucking hat off to good people when they do what needs to be done, and that's exactly what they've done. And I am telling everyone who's watching this now, yeah, the judiciary at the highest level in this country is corrupt to the core, right? 100%. And there is a constitutional way of dealing with it. One, You need to impeach them. The only way you can impeach them is to remove the current status quo of the political parties in Parliament, put us into Parliament, and then impeach, because it has to be done through the parliamentary process. Impeach them, try them, and fucking hang them.
I've paid to stay here, by the way.
And he's been attacking me verbally. And
I haven't
I'm
attacked
worried-
him. I've just
I'm
asked him some questions.
I'm actually worried that he's going to become violent.
I'm not going to become violent. I've never been violent in my life.
You've affected, you've upset me.
Jeffrey
My
Voss,
husband doesn't do
VOS.
anything
I'm the
wrong in
master
his
of the
life.
rolls.
He does everything to save
The
me.
head of second
Okay.
I'm sorry.
second
You've
senior judge in
attacked us
England.
because you
No, I haven't.
upset me.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have.
This miscarriage of
I had to call for
justice,
my daughter to come.
this miscarriage of justice I'm talking about, led to the loss of an entire family's entire worldly goods, Vivian. Right, so it doesn't look like we're going to get an answer.
Just think about what these bastards are doing to me now, right? And the lead person doing it is Sarah Patchin and the crooked judges, right? And everyone's out there screaming, reform Britain, reform the UK, reform UK, reform UK, right? These people are fucking corrupt, right? And I'm telling you now, ain't just judges, it's solicitors and barristers, and they fucking hanging in this country via due process.
So from Jeffrey
We believe in the rule of law, unlike them.
Voss, unfortunately, and he's called the police. As you just saw, we've given him lots of opportunities to answer the questions over the years. We've written to him. We've had a wall of silence. He's just called the police. So hopefully this doesn't escalate. But there you go. We finally got a response from Jeffrey Voss, and it amounts to no comment.
Right? Just shows you how much no comment is viable at any level, from the lowest person being arrested to the highest person being questioned by a real free press. Now, what I'm going to do is to come back and show you this. This is an update 5 hours later, or a few hours later, sorry, 5 hours ago. Senior British judge caught lying to police on camera. Update and correction to earliest tweet. The police did attend because the Master of the Rolls told them 2 lies whilst we were filming. You are all witnesses to this, right? Innocent people don't tend to tell lies to the police, right?
An update and a correction, actually, because we said in our last tweet that the police didn't attend here on Jeffrey Voss's farm. They did attend. In the end, they came for a little drive around. They didn't knock on the door of the little lodge where I'm staying. They didn't speak to me at all. They just had a drive around and they buggered off. And shame on Herefordshire Police, actually. But the reason they came, and you see it in the video there, is because Jeffrey Voss lied to them.
I'm being abused by a journalist, and he's been attacking me verbally. And I'm actually worried that he's going to become violent.
And he lied to them on the recording in my last tweet. He said that I was abusing him, and he said that he felt I was about to physically attack him. Now, those were lies, because I wasn't abusing Jeffrey Voss, and I'd given him no indication that I was going to physically attack him. But he had to lie to the police in that moment, because if he told them the truth, which is there's a journalist here asking me a few questions about something, they wouldn't have come. And he knew that. So he had to lie to them in order to get them to come. And you can hear him doing it there on the tape, telling them two lies.
Which is wasting police time, and you're lying to the police. That is a prosecutable offence.
Which worked. They did come.
I'm being abused by a journalist, and he's been attacking me verbally. And I'm actually worried that he's going to become violent.
But what that shows you is how easily and how readily senior judges and members of the legal industry will simply lie to achieve their aims. And that is a real-time demonstration of it. The reason the police didn't talk to me is because I haven't committed a crime. Sarah Cockrell and Stephen Mayles, the 2 judges I talk about in my films, they did commit a crime. They committed a fraud which led to the loss of a family business. Now, that fraud robbed an old couple called James and Susan King from Bradford of their pensions, their life savings, and their houses and the company that they'd been building up for decades through their own hard work. And they're now looking at a very different retirement to the one that they were going to have as a result of Sarah Cochrane, Stephen Mayall's corruption, and Jeffrey Voss's corruption in covering it up with a lie to a national broadcaster. Meanwhile, Jeffrey is building this. It's I am told by the locals, £2 million retirement villa on his 672-acre farm for him and Vivian to retire in. I'm told it's got a subterranean element to it, so it is literally a bunker. So while James and Susan King wonder how they're going to make ends meet throughout their retirement, Jeffrey Voss is building this and lying to the police.
What a fantastic journalist. I absolutely take my hat off to him. Go and follow that account. Tell him that the English Constitution Society applauds him, right? Well done to that man for doing what he's done, right? Fantastic. And all of that information is on there. All the little videos and the films are on there, and everyone should understand what he's done, right? So again, what I'm getting, and there it is. So everyone's got it on there. Go and say hello to him. Let me have a look. No, Roger Cook. Yeah. All pay for us, unlucky, overtaxed English people. Let me tell you something. That judge is a crook. He's got many acres there. No doubt his planning permission sailed through. No doubt he will sell other elements of that farm off, probably to China. They will build and literally that whole farming element. These people are crooks, and it is organised crime at the very top, right? And we are the only people that are highlighting this. Hunt and gather, reporting and video. People need to follow up this account, right? That is fantastic work. When I see it this morning, I swear to God, it gives me a smile all day. I haven't stopped thinking about it because that is, he's a journalist, he's non-violent, he's asking questions. The judge has lied and got the police to come out there. He's lied on camera. He's proved he's a liar yet again. And that is the type of people that you have got at the very top of what they call a profession, right? Now, just to make sure you're clear on this, through the court cases we had, and when we won at the first court hearing, the second court hearing, and the Court of Appeal 3-0, right? The other side owes me in excess of £80,000, which is our fees for that, right? They owe me, and yet they are pursuing me for what they perceive to be their losses at the actual trial, right? The judiciary and the legalized extortion have created something called the Legal Services Act of 2007. They have created a monopoly, and that monopoly, which was somewhat referred to in this video, basically excludes people like me with knowledge of the English Constitution and who will stand up for the people, have excluded us from working on your behalf, right? With no other ultimatum, with no state, we're not in it for the state, we're not in it for anyone, we're doing the best for our technically our clients, right? And yet they refuse to pay me, right? Anyone will ask you who've asked for my assistance in any of these legal affairs, and there's another thing that I'm going to be currently concentrating on very shortly, right? I'll put my heart and soul in doing the investigations and making sure that you get justice, right? But when you've got crooked judges that won't allow you to win because they're giving their little mates a pat on the back and giving them their few quid, and you get rode out, right? That's where the corruption is at the core of the legal system. The institution itself is corrupt to the core, and that includes the Supreme Court, which is an unlawful court that was put in place by the Constitutional Reform Act of 2005. That is only part of what they've done, right? Just to make sure everyone's aware, that's just part of what they've done. And after 2005, in 2007, they created the Legal Services Act and cemented something which is basically a legal monopoly, right? Where you get a monopoly, you then get corruption. Where you get a monopoly, you get bad service. And when you get a monopoly, you get people that are not very clever being promoted within that system to protect the monopoly. I want you to all understand this, right? The monopoly they have created under English constitutional law and common law is unlawful. It is called restraint of trade. And the fact that a lot of retirees out there, right, are learning the law and understanding the law, come out of a really good whatever career they had, even if they're working class and haven't got a degree, they can read and write and they are understanding the law. And yet them people are not allowed to be heard in the courts, right? We used to have a system called the common plea, right, where anyone could stand up for you in a court of law, and these people rode us out. They are corrupt. We have a set of legal principles and maxims called restraint of trade. It was brought in over 800 years ago. The last person that brought that in and used it, who is quite famous, I may add, was the Manchester United player. What's his name? The one who had all the hair transplants and liked dirty birds. I'll think of his name in a minute. Don't forget I'm on these drugs and the names pop out of my head as I'm talking, but you'll know who I'm talking about. Wayne Rooney. That's it, right? And not to be too disparaging towards him. Did you hear Danny Tomo soon will be taking the leading role when Tommy Robinson gets a political asylum in the USA? I told people a long time ago that Tommy Robinson was going to the USA and he was going to be applying for asylum. It depends whether he applies for refugee status or whether he goes for political asylum. It will be interesting to see. It'd be interesting to see. There's certain things that I could say and I'm not going to say. But it'd be very interesting to say. Cockney Girl, West Ham United, Evening Love, Sue Ellen, Tracy, Ace Jace, Stevens Norman. Common sense beats everything, especially when you have been working class all your life. Yeah, no. Rooney, that's it. Wayne Rooney, you're all pushing the names forward out there now. So I'm going to go on to something else. Hopefully, we will be able to find the link for it straight off. Let me see if I can find it. What I didn't want to do is promote this account. I'll tell you for why. Because he's never allowed me onto his channel at all, right? So I don't want to. I want to try and get this message out to everyone. Rupert Lowe slams the BBC to their faces. Let me share this tab instead. Rupert Lowe slams the BBC to their face. What is the BBC? It's an establishment and monopoly, right? Just like the judiciary. Don't forget, there's a 51-page document that I've got that is fantastic, right? That sets out a peaceful strategy and tactics for taking the country back, right? And it says there, well said, Mr. Lowe. So
agree on that with you.
No specific. But in response to Daisy's point about Elon Musk and Twitter, I would ask you, what is the BBC? It's a state monopoly pumping out state cant. It's no different.
Right. Well,
it's a monopoly.
I would disagree on that with you most vociferously. But Rupert, there is another.
It's an establishment monopoly, Joe. Nothing else. You know that.
It's a public broadcaster. This is regulated by Ofcom. That's very different from having social media platforms.
Yes.
They're on it now, Rupert.
What a regulator Ofcom is, Daisy. What a regulator they are. Right? But in response to Daisy's.
Right, just to make sure I'm clear on this, right? We are the only group of people on the 23rd of April 2023, I think it was, where we protested against Ofcom we went to GB News. We also went to off the Ofcom building in London with our English flags, and we protested that we were being muted and the English were being muted by all of the BBC and the mainstream media. We protested outside. There was a big group of us. There was a video of it. I think it's on this channel. It should be on this channel still because Rumbles never took us down. And I absolutely agree with Rupert Lowe. Ofcom is currently managed by Fabians, right? Ofcom is the equivalent to, and this sounds technical, it's not, something in the USSR called Glavlit, right? Now, when people start reading and understanding, and you read the books from Alexander Selenstein, you understand what the USSR was, you understand that the prerequisite to that was a union. It's called collectivism. It is the opposite to nationalism. And that is what they're doing, right? So hats off again to Rupert Lowe for telling them exactly what they are, a state monopoly. There are state monopolies in every aspect of our institutions, including the universities. And I specifically talk about the London School of Economics, Oxford and Cambridge, right? And just to get back to the previous one with the judge, I know someone many years ago, I doubt if he watches this because we're not on the right platforms in terms of him watching it, but he actually got done for a series of burglaries, right? He's a right nice fellow. His name's Billy. He come from the East End and they was burgling judges' houses in Cambridge, right? And when he was sentenced to 5 years imprisonment, this is the bit that made me laugh, the judge actually said the worst thing that could have happened to Cambridge is that they built the M11. So East Enders like you, people from the East End like you, and you scrotums were released into Cambridge to burgle our houses, right? But he specifically targeted judges' houses. And when they was at trial, and you knew what trials they was on, he used to watch the court list, right? He'd go and screw their house, right? And take all their stuff out of it. I used to call him Robin Hood, but his name's Billy. He's probably dead now, but yeah, he done a 5 over it anyway. Just you know, right? Not all criminals are bad criminals. Some are like Robin Hood, right? But he used to target judges' houses and used to read the court list, then work out which ones lived in fucking Cambridge. They go up the M11, burgle the judge's house, selling all his gear off. You never know, they might have had a few watches and given to Paul Thorpe. Anyway, enough said on that. And there you go, people. DD was giggling the same time I was about to microspot, right? Night, right? Blessings, Patriot, rest well. Juicy and Lucy's out there, everyone listening to this. And I'm not condoning criminal behaviour. It's just that some people, some criminals I know have got more morals and more respect for working people. There's an old saying, don't shit on your own doorstep. He didn't. He went and shit on a judge's doorstep. Oh, fucking hell. I should have told you that story. These drugs are affecting me. You know that, don't you? Anyway, that's it. I am going to go back to... I'm going to take it off the screen. I thought that was fantastic. Remember, we was the only ones protesting against Ofcom. And when I'm talking about us, I mean the English Constitution Society, English Constitution Party. So people like Restore Britain should look us and say, you know something, these people have had the finger on the pulse for a long time. They've been doing things and no one has spoken about them. I would love to have an invite onto their show, and I promise not to talk about any of the skullduggery. I'll save the second part of the stories for Liam Tufts, right? And there is a second part of the story. If I was to tell you all that story, you'd all go, fuck, right? And then you'll know. Let me tell you something, I have never surrendered. I never will surrender. Are you on tomorrow, Good Friday? Yeah. I might have to have some fish and chips on the way, but I think I'm on tomorrow night. I'm also on 412's channel tomorrow night as well, but I've got to be careful how long I sit down for. And I do need to get some physio going, right? So They said I need plenty of pelvic action, right? It's embarrassing though. You get out of the car and you start moving your pelvis. People look at you strangely. Sorry. Right. There you go. Sue Ellen. Night page. Good night. God bless. Don't forget what I believe in. The Constitution is the solution. The moral of tonight's story is the institutions are corrupt to the core. There is a method of dealing with them non-violent, right? It is tactical. There is a strategy. My strategy and our strategy has always been the same. The Constitution is the solution, right? And I believe the Constitution is the solution at my core, right? The worst thing they ever did to me 30 years ago was bang me up for a lie, right? Because the working class man is sitting there as a category A prisoner reading law books. Ooh, that's what it says, is it? Right? And just because we got a different accent, you know, we didn't say, oh my gosh. Oh, right. They say, I shouldn't get into this. Right, yeah. I like the posh birds though. I say, I'm arriving. I haven't even had a drink tonight. It's these drugs. Right, that's it. I'm off. Right, just in case I do any more damage to my back. Good night. God bless to everyone. Don't forget what I am really, 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 really pleased with. And I'm going to show it again. Don't forget we've got the seminar at Weston-super-Mare. I think I should show that just before we shut up. I have actually put it on my Twitter feed and posted it. But I want everyone to have a look at that. That's what I was sent today. Now make sure you can see that properly. Can you see that? It's gorgeous, isn't it? It took my breath away when I actually see that. That is respect. Let me see if I can get this in a right position so you can see it. Right, a man of faith, and then it says a warrior of Christ. Right, and I don't care if you're a Roman Catholic, if you're Orthodox Christian, a Roman Catholic or a Protestant. It's the Pope and the state system that I object to. It's Roman law that I object to, and I'm just making sure everyone understands that. Let me finish with this, because I am going to have to show it. And then don't forget we've got the thing coming on. Let me show it. Someone's just put me. Let me. And the person, Hunt and Gather, has just sent me a message and said, thanks for your support. You're welcome, is the answer. And don't forget, we have, and I've got to go and find it again, and I'm still working on something, but don't forget, my discs are playing up, so I am trying to do as much as possible without sitting for too long. Where's he gone? Oh, there he is. My little mucker. Right, Weston-super-Mare. I have to put this out there. Come along to it. There it is. English Constitution Society. It's educational. And in this instance, if anyone wants to ask me about the impeachment of judges, etc., what the Constitution says, what laws state it, and why it was put in place, I will tell you all of that. English Constitutional Common Law Seminar. Everyone welcome. At 7 p.m, Tuesday, the 7th of April, 2026, £10 on the door, Keystoke Village Hall, Crooks Lane. I should be suited to that one then. Keystoke, Weston-super-Mare, BS22 9XJ. Self-determination is the number one human right, which it is. There it is. Just making sure everyone's got that. So I am now going to stop sharing that. And then we've got our main event coming up. I think I'm going to one on the 23rd of April, which I'm not going to say too much about yet because I've got to make sure my back's all right and everything's all right, but I'll be going along to that. And then we got in June, 5th, 6th and 7th of June in Mablethorpe. And again, all that information's out there. I'm going to be promoting that a lot. I'm going to be doing little videos on it, pushing it out there, and then we're going to put something together because we need to make sure that as many people turn up there. It's going to be important for the English Constitution Party to be there and the English Constitution Society, because we're going to take a vote on some things that people really need to understand. We're not surrendering. We're not surrendering the party. We're still there. We support Restore Britain. We support the deportation plan, right, which I think is fantastic. But people need to understand the position of the Constitution. I am a constitutionalist, and I'll be explaining that to people, right? So again, I don't want people that are mixed race, black, brown, or any other, terrified of being deported. That the nonsense that you are being told, especially by Advance UK, Ben Habib. By the way, Ben Habib, as well as George Galloway, I've got to be honest with you, I would say they both need to be exiled and never be allowed to return to England, right? And I know that Rupert Lowe would disagree with that, but my opinion of both of them people is they have intentionally subverted the English Constitution. And in fact, Paul Thorpe actually stated that if the Constitution wouldn't allow someone like Ben Habib to be an MP, then he wouldn't support that Constitution. That is treason. That's it. Good night. God bless. And I will see you all soon.